We're back in my bedroom. Again, different angle completely. Last time we filmed against that wall. Today I filmed against this wall. Things. It was free. I continue to be graduated from high school. In that I've finished taking classes. Graduation is still 3 days away. It's Monday. We had a rehearsal again today, which means I went to school again. Such is life. Not much is new. That's not true. I've been out of high school 2 days, and I'm remembering what summer feels like, which is nice. So I've been hanging out and chilling out and just having a grand old time. Life is good. And I'm sort of waiting for it to feel like summer. So I'm just sort of trying to relax. Hoping that once I get past graduation, it'll be sort of deep breath out, less rushing around. But it's getting there. It's definitely getting much better, and I'm happy to let it get better. Certainly. So, Wednesday, right? Got home early in the day, because I just had the finals and the graduation rehearsal, and I got home, and I'd been there for maybe an hour or whatever, and I hear a doorbell ring, so who could that be? And I run down and open the door, and it's the UPS people. UPS lady. And she goes, "Oh, great, you can sign for this." And I sort of went, "Well, I don't know if I'm not really, in charge here. I don't know if I can sign for this." And she's like, "Are you Evan Frank?" And I was like, "Yes, I am Evan Frank." "Then you can definitely sign for it. It's for you." And I sort of signed for it. I've never signed for a package before, so I signed the thing, And she was like, "And believe in yourself. You are old enough, you are good enough, you can sign for things." And sort of drove away. And then I brought it back inside. I was like, "Oh, the package to me? What? I wasn't expecting a package." And I opened the paper thing that sort of says what it is. iPad. Was my reaction at the time. Because I don't know what I'll do with an iPad. I'd never thought about getting an iPad. I just don't. So it was from my Uncle Carl. I have it now. And I've definitely discovered the use of it. I mean, I'm probably going to put textbooks on it and such when I go to college. But for the time being, it just adds this level of portability to my computing experience. So no longer am I bound by desks and countertops and chairs. No, I can compute, tumble, watch Netflix, in a couch, reclined, in bed, anywhere. It's great. So, thank you, Carl. You're not dead, I'm sorry. Thank you to my Uncle Carl for that iPad. Monday is graduation. So I have the cap and gown there downstairs. I'm not going to put them on because I don't really want to. I'm sure pictures of me and them will exist if you're desperate. I'm not particularly excited for graduation. I mean, I guess it's good to be ceremonially done with things. But at the same time, there's 710 people in our class. Something along those lines, and I don't care about them enough to hear every single one of their names listed off, and I don't want to make my family sit through what is going to be an incredibly boring evening, certainly, afternoon, and I don't want to sit through it. So, I mean, you have to do it, because the family has to come down and cheer at me, meet me outside the Verizon Center and go, "You did so great, you walked across that stage with grace and ease and style and charm," or whatever you say at graduations. "Oh, you look so old. Oh my God, you're so grown up. So good to see you." That sort of stuff, I guess. Family. So you do with families. You have ceremonies so they can go, "Him, great job." So I had an Eagle ceremony too, actually. Because we got to the point of like, I don't need to have a ceremony where everyone tells me that I'm pretty fantastic. I know I'm pretty fantastic. Someone was like, "No, you have to have one. You have to have one to thank the people who helped you. So that I can stand up and go, you're all wonderful, I really could have done without you." And I did, and I said that, and it was a pretty great evening, actually. So, that was fun, too. Ceremonies. There's a place for ceremonies in the world, and I appreciate that. And I think that's the thing that I mentioned in The Fault in Our Stars, too, the idea that funerals are for the living. Weddings are for the relations. I mean, it's all for the other people. I don't need you to come to my graduation so that I can feel graduated. You want to come to my graduation so that you can see me be graduated. You want to be part of that moment. And the funeral thing in Fault in Our Stars, which I think is a really interesting scene. They have this living funeral where they tell Augustus? August? Just August? Is it Augustus? It's Augustus, isn't it? I only read it once. They tell Augustus everything they've always wanted to tell him. and say nice things about him to his face, and say the sort of things that they would say if he were in the room. And then when they get to the actual funeral after he's dead, spoilers, oh darn it, after Augustus dies, they have the actual funeral. They don't say things that they would say to Augustus because he isn't there. They say the things that sound good at a funeral and console the living. And I think that's really interesting observation, I suppose, about in that book. If all y'all want to talk about the place of ceremony in the world, that's probably a very interesting topic. And you can certainly use that next week if you need a topic. If not, do whatever. I look forward to seeing it. Bye. Because Horton's looking for the clover that has the who's on it. The who's are in Whoville, which is a speck, and the speck's on a clover, and the clover's in his trunk. But he loses it because it's stolen by monkeys who give it to an eagle who drops it in a great field of clovers, 100 miles wide.